Happened. Kevin Love is out for Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, having entered the concussion protocol.
It's always next man up. We've dealt with so many guys going in and out, not just this season, but since we've been started this chapter. It's next man up. Jeff, Larry, myself, we all got to be huge. Obviously, you know, you can never replace Caleb being an all-star, but we all got to find a way to come together as a team and pick up his load.
You know, it sucks that he went down, but you know, our motto is next man up, and that's how it had to be. Myself, Larry came in and gave us great minutes. Cal played great, so it's a collective effort.
You know, we would guard obviously a little bit differently with Kevin in the game, but you know, obviously with the different matchups that they're playing and everything else, you know, when they went small, I thought, you know, those guys all reacted very effectively.
You know, we know it's challenging. They 10-0 on their home floor, and you know, they've been very successful against us, obviously at home. So, but if you love challenges, then this is a great opportunity.
One game from the finals, Game 7. I mean, yeah, I can get out there and do something for that. Come on, gotta be ready to play. No excuses. Game 7, go to the NBA Finals. We gotta be ready.
Coach, did you see anything in the 3 games that you've already played at Boston that gives you enough confidence that you can go in and win a Game 7 without Kevin Love?
Yes.
That's succinct and confident. Ty Lue began starting Tristan Thompson, remember, alongside Love back in Game 2 of the series, and going big has been a winning combination so far, with the Cavs enjoying a +7 net rating with them on the floor together, but that is no longer an option for this Game 7. Remember, Love averaged 15 and 11 in the 5 full games he has played. If the Cavs are going to win on Sunday, who's most likely to fill that void and be the second leading scorer?
Who's most likely to fill the void? LeBron James. I think he can go for 60. No,
The second leading
scorer.
They might need the 60.
No, you know, it's going to be tough. On the road, they're going to miss Kevin Love, a guy who offensively on the road is capable. You know, we obviously saw Hill and Corver and the other guys, Jeff Green, play well at home. It's a little bit harder on the road. Boston's a different team at home themselves. I think, though, George Hill, I think he's got to be that guy. He's got to be from the guard position. He played well, 20 points is high in the playoffs this season. He's capable. He's got to be big to try to replace Kevin Love, but those are big shoes to fill.
He's been more assertive as the series has gone on. That doesn't necessarily mean he'll be more productive in Game 7. Who you got?
Well, I'm with you. They're definitely going to need a guy, LeBron James, because LeBron James has been a lot different at home in this series on the road. At home, he's averaging 39 points. On the road, he's averaging around about 27, 28. That's a big-time difference, and the three-point line is telling. But George Hill is a guy that Grant talked about. I like him as well. But also, there's also Kyle Korver. I really think that Kyle Korver is the type of guy that can spot up from 3. He can get open. He's proven. He's somebody that LeBron trusts in this series. And I think if there's a big shot to be made, Kyle Korver is somebody that can get hot. We've seen him go 4 for 4 from 3 or 5 for 5 from 3. He can get hot and get going from behind the three-point line. And I think that's the type of situation that LeBron trusts Kyle Korver, so I think he has the best opportunity.
I would go so far to say that if any other Cavalier hits 5 threes in Game 7, they win.
I think you're right. That's the big question. If any other hit 5 threes, but you're right. I mean, they have not shot the ball well from the three-point line. If they do, if someone else other than Kyle Korver, or collectively they can make 5 threes as a team other than Kyle Korver, they do have a chance. LeBron James, pencil him in. He's going to be great. He's going to be fantastic. I believe that. His track record shows that. He's going to be on point. You're going to miss Kevin Love. Obviously, I say Kyrie Irving. You definitely miss him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just how they can manufacture points. If they can get to 90, 95 points, they have a chance. I don't know if they can get much further than that. They're going to defensively, though, they're going to have to be locked down, which is going to be hard to do because Boston plays so free and loose and confident at home there in Boston.
Both teams could use Kyrie Irving in this Game 7.
Hey, everybody wants Kyrie.
The leading scorer, we're pretty sure we know who that's going to be. You mentioned the track record. It's good. He's averaged just under 35 points per game in 7 career Game 7s. Hasn't lost one of those, by the way, a Game 7 in 10 years. Also to the Boston Celtics I mean, how much more can you ask of him? What do you need from him in Game 7? It might be a 60-point game or something like that.
Well, I just talked about how well he plays at home as opposed to on the road in these playoffs and in this series. LeBron needs to find a way to bring home LeBron James on the road with him, pack him in his bag, and bring him to the Garden because they're going to need that. They're going to need LeBron to set the tempo early, and it's not just about hitting shots. It's about his energy level. When LeBron comes out with the right type of energy level, getting downhill, creating shots for his teammates, it makes everybody else's job easier. This team on the road has not had high energy. They've been very low energy on the road. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to come out there, meet the wave of this young Boston Celtics team, and have the proper type of energy level on their rotations, moving the ball and everything else. That starts with LeBron James. He can't be tired in this game. He can't come out there and feel his way into it and let guys figure out what they're going to do. He has to cause a problem immediately. That doesn't mean he has to shoot it every time, but he has to cause a problem being aggressive in transition, getting downhill, and kicking out to guys like Korver, Hill, Clarkson, make their job easier, get their confidence going early on, and then that'll open up lanes for him, and LeBron James will close the show.
Already 7 40-point games here in the postseason. Boston does not have LeBron. They do have a lot going for them, though, in a Game 7, including plenty of history as well. Boston is 10-0 in their building this postseason. Home teams in Game 7s all time have won 80% of the time. And the Celtics, as a franchise in home Game 7s, are 20-4. How do they keep up all those numbers?
Wow, that's a great number right there, Matt. You know, I mean, what they've done all postseason, they play with confidence. They have great energy at home, their body language. And like you said, Brendan, they just play hard. I mean, that's what they've done. They've outplayed Cleveland at home. I do think one of the big things, Al Horford has to be involved and engaged. He didn't have a great Game 6 in Cleveland. He's got to play like he's played in some of the previous games. He's had some troubles, I think, with the changes in lineup. Tristan Thompson's giving some problems. But they just come out and play hard, active hands, aggressive, and play with just the confidence that we've seen. I think they can win this game.
Their defense has been fantastic. Most of the series, the offense has been much better on their home floor. If anyone can defy all that Boston history, it's this guy who calls Game 7 the greatest 2 words in sports. Hard to disagree.
Legendary games, you look for legendary performances. That is what we got on Friday night. Welcome inside. It's a playoff edition here on Game Time, presented by State Farm. Casey Stern, Rip Hamilton, Grant Hill. We have a lot to get to on this show, but should we begin with pretty pictures? I think we should. Let's look at how it went down. In game number 6, LeBron, he was kind of ready. Early on, though, he'd lose one of his friends. Not a lot of love here on this collision. Kevin would end up leaving the game. He did not return. You could tell when it happened, the impact. He will get some more tests. They'll reevaluate and continue to evaluate. We hope to see him, obviously, in a Game 7. Spoiler alert, they would get there. Kevin Love, he would not get back on the floor. They'd need some more help. Celtics made a lot of their own from Jaylen Brown. Rip, who got off to a great start. 15 of his 27 in the first quarter.
Oh, he came out super aggressive. You see Marcus Smart makes an excellent pass to Jaylen right down. He was a knockdown shooter all game, especially in the first half.
LeBron carried the Cavs. I mean, lifted them up and carried them every which way you can, Grant, shooting from all over the floor, impacting the game, and really a one-man band for a majority of this contest in Cleveland.
3-point shooting, facilitating, one-on-one play. You said it best, Casey. LeBron James carrying his team and hitting tough shots over the Celtics.
All 24 first-half minutes, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, an 11-point lead. And then this classic play.
The rundown right there, that's what he's been doing, especially in the last 15 years he's been in the league right there, just running guys down. It's happy to see him starting to do that again.
Give a lot of credit to George Hill, played real well tonight, had 20. Here's a shot over Al Horford, who did not have a good game in any phase of it. Here's who did. Terry, who was finally A.J. Hill scary on the road. He was brilliant in the third quarter, ended up with 28 in the game.
And you know what I love about Boston? When somebody's hot, they find them, they recognize it. Rozier carried them.
From scary Terry to a scary moment. Looked like there should have been almost 2 fouls on the play, but in the background, there goes LeBron on the ground, writhing in pain. He'd end up eventually getting up. We wondered whether or not he would stay in the game. stay in the game he did. He seemed to play better after this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That looked like a little contusion. It might hurt tomorrow, but the dude is just, man, he's like He-Man. I don't know. He came down the next play, bullied ball all game long, in there getting offensive rebound. And, man, can't nobody hold the king.
Well, he definitely had the power of Grayskull and then scum with this game. It was ridiculous. Here's more. He had back-to-back threes to close things out. Grant, they had cut it down to 7, Boston had, and these were just daggers.
Daggers indeed. Tough shot after tough shot. Great defense, but better offense. LeBron James, that's his little patented move right there. Gets to the left, little sidestep. And when he's in his rhythm, he's usually automatic.
7th, and this is not a 7th 40-point game of this postseason, which is just remarkable. 46-11, how dare he miss that one assist. 9, played 46 minutes. So at this age, after all of those minutes, how is it even possible, LeBron?
I have a drive. I have a love for the game. I have a passion for the game. And while I have the opportunity to lace my shoes up and put a uniform on, then I try to go out and do my job to the best of my ability. And does it always work out in a win? Obviously, no, I'm not undefeated in my career. Does it always, me playing great? I haven't always played great in my career, but I just always wanted to try to maximize, when I'm on the floor. And I've been able to do that in my 15th year so far.
Greatness, I think, championship pedigree, giving it his all. And, we needed that, especially when Kevin went down, we had to play Bron as being mental we had to. So, he delivered. He was up for the challenge. He carried us home, as usual.
Got to get ready to play. Got to get ready to play at a high level, just like every other game. And then, it's win or go home. So it'll be, it's an absolute blast to prepare for as a coach and play in as a player. Be a heck of a challenge. Playing a really good team with, obviously tremendous individual player and who put on a tremendous show tonight.
And, our crowd is unbelievable. One of the best fans in basketball. So, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like Coach said, it was the best 2 out of 3. We got to go back home for Game 7. We got to take care of business.
I don't know even what you could say necessarily about what LeBron did. We know G. Hill is going to end up with him in the Hall of Fame. He may be the greatest of all time, and he showcased that tonight. What'd you see?
I'll tell you what, he's making a case for it here with his performance, and it was just absolutely spectacular. In the words of Warner Wolf, let's go to the videotape here. LeBron James dominating, really his physicality. And right here, no one's on him, just drives to the basket. Poor defense here, and he's so strong. Get off me, little fella. Kind of like when I go to the paint against Casey. And right here, just using his body, his size, great agility, touch. Of course, he can beat you with the pass. If you weak side, you cheat. You don't have an eye on ball and man, and you cut, LeBron James will find you. He does right there for Jeff Green. And then a nice little pick and roll action, forced the mismatch, mouse in the house. Now look, Boston, great help side defense. 4 guys on the weak side in the paint, boxes and elbows. But LeBron James finds the open man, and Jeff Green got more minutes, 31 minutes tonight, knocks down the open 3-point shot. So just a sample size of how LeBron James can beat you so many different ways. Off the pass, transition, of course, shooting the jump shot. He was spectacular. He was on fire. He was LeBron James.
You could see his teammates, you mentioned Jeff Green there, Rip, getting more and more excited and into it, playing alongside that greatness, and George Hill was certainly a big part of that. He talked about the fact he knew he did not play well in Game 5, needed to play better, led the charge, and was part of a group that, look, especially without Kevin Love, did a really nice job.
Oh, it was a great opportunity for him. Like you said, once Kevin Love went out early in the game, it was an opportunity where you bring in a more athletic guy, a guy that can definitely defend on the perimeter. But he was there for LeBron, especially on offense and defensive glass. And these guys, if the other guys are just out there being in the right position at the right time, LeBron is going to get you open because he demands so much out there, from the defense, just always keeping their eye on him. If you just keep moving without the ball, he's going to find you.
Mentioned defense. Grant, there were steals, 50-50 balls went the Cavaliers' way. You expect some of that at home, but give them a ton of credit. Their effort from bell to bell was fantastic defensively tonight.
It was really fantastic. I mean, the effort, multiple plays. A lot of times here, you can't diagram this defensively. It's just effort, it's energy, it's desire, and you saw that collectively from this group. We haven't seen that consistently with Cleveland throughout the season and even in the postseason, but at home when they need it, they step up, they get it done, they got it done here. Question is, can they do it again on the road in Boston?
For the Celtics, I think clearly one of the players that will have to play better, Al Horford, who did not play well tonight. And I'm sure, look, he's a really smart guy. He's going to look at the film, not be happy at the worst plus-minus, only had 2 points, I think, in the first half. He's going to have to play a lot better.
Well, it's been a chess match all series long. I mean, I think once T. Lue added Tristan Thompson back in the starting lineup, I think the game has definitely changed for Al Horford. It's not just going to be as easy like he's had in the first 2 series. Tristan Thompson does a great job of challenging every time down the floor. And with him constantly running to the offensive glass, Horford got to worry about him on that part of the game, too.
All right, for us here in the studio, we're apparently going to do a drill of some sort. Well, where's Coach? Czar, where are you? Coach is up here. We'll come back. We'll talk about Chris Paul, the injury in game number 6.